Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have here today in my shop 1986 Toyota pickup. This one is a manual 4-wheel drive. You know this truck from previous videos. I was showing the location of the fuel filter. I was replacing the pump, fuel pump. You can see it's fairly new on it. This one is being used as a truck, I will say farm truck, but still road legal. Now this one slowly over the time developed problem with a starting. So it's equipped with that 22R engine, you can see nicely here, and because it's 22R, it still has the carburetor. Here you can see the remainings of it on the side. I took it all off, and basically the symptoms were these. When the vehicle will sit for at least 1 day, it will not start. It will start immediately with a little bit spraying here in the intake with the starting fluid. Even the shortest burst will start it up immediately and then it will perfectly run. She has absolutely no drivability issues. The engine runs perfectly, purrs like a kitten, as you all expect from Toyota, so there's no problem. But after a day or two, it will not start, or it will need a lot of cranking and then maybe start, maybe not. So I said to the owner, okay, I will have a day for your vehicle, at least a half day. I ordered the carburetor rebuild kit. You can actually find these. It costs like $40. That was my backup, actually, if I cannot find a problem. But I'm not expert on these carburetors whatsoever. That's different people working at the dealer. We actually never saw these because we were working on the recent vehicles. So I was very hesitant. I told the customer, hey, this is brand new for me, I don't know it, but let's go and fix your baby. And first, what I needed to establish if I'm losing any fuel. There was my concern that as it sits, the fuel will start backing out of the carburetor. It will basically dry itself and there will be no fuel to start. So first I took a steel brush, start cleaning it around, because as you can see it's completely wrapped in the dust and dirt. It's pretty nasty. Now how do you see if you have a fuel in this 2-barrel carburetor? So I cleaned this. This was chunk of dirt, like you can see here. It was just nasty. So removing that dirt, I will be actually able to show you that there is a glass and it shows the fuel level. So let me shake the truck. I will grab the truck here and you will actually spot that fuel level there. Did you see it? Yep, I do see it. So anyway, I hope you see it. There is a minimum distance on that focus, but I hope you see the level moving behind that glass. So I knew that I have a fuel. It's not losing from the carburetor. It should be there. Obviously I looked for the leaks. Again, it could leak in 1 or 2 days, but I checked everything and I don't see any obvious leaks or smells or anything of that nature. So I continued on the next item. What is responsible for easy startups? What helps on the startup? And again, wrapped in the dirt, I will remove this hose. was this pump. This pump is connected to the throttle. It goes underneath the carburetor, and when you turn the throttle, this pump moves. It's actually being done right there. It pushes on this rod. There is a rubber diaphragm against the spring, and one of the jets in the carburetor, I will show you which one, should spray in this barrel. It should squirt or spray little amount of the fuel, which is on that startup. As you are familiar with the carburetors, you have to step and pump the throttle in the cabin like 3 times with your foot. You just step on it 1, 2, 3, which should spray that beginning fuel, which is still here. And that's that easy startup. It should start up right away, and that, in my opinion, was missing. Now I would love to show you what was not working. So you can be turning the throttle this way here, or I can just operate this lever and push it in. That doesn't matter what way. And I installed a light here, and if you look in this left barrel, on this corner inside, you will see a small jet. And when I pushed on it here, it will not spray any fuel. It was completely clogged. Let me show you, if I push here, how it will spray inside. I hope you will be able to see it. Did you see that? Beautiful, constant, really, really nice spray of the fuel in that left barrel. When I did that, there was absolutely nothing happening. The level in the carburetor was remaining the same, and pushing or turning the throttle or pushing on that was doing absolutely nothing. And then I realized there must be the gunk into the carburetor. Was still hoping I don't need to open that rebuild kit and use any part. So there is like a rubber diaphragm. I can show you actually here on the paper. Hopefully you will see it. Here is a schematic, and this is the part actually right here against the spring. So I removed the 4 bolts which are around it, as you see the body of this pump right there. Let me show it to you on the vehicle. So it was very easy. First I clean it with the steel brush. Again, I was trying to avoid rebuilding the whole carburetor. So I clean everything around here. You see the 4 bolts. That whole part nicely popped off. And there was a spring and the rubber diaphragm. I realized there's no problem with it. And there were 2 holes inside of the carburetor. So I used very carefully compressed air, which you see here. Because when I opened it, when I removed this part, there was no fuel leaking from that carburetor. So it was clear those passages were blocked. They were plugged by the gunk and dirt. So once again, with the compressed air, I cleared those. The fuel started leaking all the way here slowly. So that was perfect sign. And basically I reinstalled that. And immediately I felt different resistance in this pump. And anytime I push on it, it just perfectly spray that fuel. So I know this is not put together yet, but I should be able to show you that immediate startup, how that carburetor correctly works. It was just on the side. See the level. Let's hop in the cabin and see how it works right now. Now, what I was saying, on the cold starts, you just really quickly, abruptly push on that throttle pedal, and it should always perfectly start because of that little pump. So let's pretend we are doing that cold start. Clutch in, We are in neutral, and basically what you do, you really abruptly push on that throttle. If it's super cold and was sitting for a while, you might need up to 3 times. I did it just once. Let's see how it will start. Oh yeah, absolutely no problem at all. Lovely. I didn't plan on filming it today, so that's why it's not how-to video, but when I fixed it relatively fast and I found a problem, I knew that somebody will have a problem with the same system in the future and will be seeking this information. So this was relatively quick and easy, and I think everybody can do this by themselves. And for some reason, customer didn't want to pick it up yesterday, so the truck was here overnight. I just moved all the vehicles. I opened the hood, I didn't start it, I didn't touch it, so let's see if we were successful, what condition it is and how quickly it will start. Number one, I'm super curious if we can see that fuel level. If the fuel leaked out of the carburetor somehow, or if it's still there. Oh, that's awesome. I'm looking in this glass, through the glass, and I see that. Do you see it? The level moving in it? So this is perfect. We have a fuel in the carburetor. We have new pump working, pumping through those passages which were plugged. Let's go and see how it will start. I really hope this will prove us successful and it will be perfect startup. So I will put it on. Now for those who are not very familiar with the details, normally you will have electric pump creating pressure, the fuel system, but here is the manual pump on the engine. So the engine needs to crank a few times to keep moving the fuel and create pressure. But let's see, I will pump it, let's say once. That should spray, that little spray of the fuel. Let's see how it will start up. Oh, I think, guys, we got a winner here. That was really effortless. I love it. Well, thank you for staying with me all the way to the end of this video. Thank you for watching my videos. Make sure you are subscribed because I have way more coming your way soon. See you later, my friend.